Hi everyone. Ooh, there's Pam. Right,
Seriously.
see what we're doing. Let's mute everybody except Pamela, Enza, Barry, Sarah. Okay,
Hi.
I think Stephanie's coming on shortly as well. Just going to mute the lines for the recording. Let me just check that we are actually recording. Hi, Barry. I can see you.
Hi.
Yes, we are recording. Okay. Right. Oh, we're still a bit early, aren't we? Should we just hang on a minute, just see if...
Sure.
Don't want to get shouted at by anybody. Not that I'm sure anyone would shout at me. I'm very warm, Pam.
You look like it.
I do. I'm a glowing. It's very hot, and I made the mistake of taking Lulu out for a walk.
Yeah, your face is red.
Yeah, she was looking at me going, as I dragged her out the gate. I don't know who was hotter, her in a sheepy fleece or me in my linen shirt.
You need a fan. I have a fan and a heater in my office because I never know what I'm going to need which day. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I keep putting my face over the diffuser. Probably not.
Put some peppermint on the back of your neck. That'll cool you off quick.
I've got peppermint and lemon in my...
Oh, that smells so good.
It's keeping me going. Right, what else do we wait? What time? Oh, I didn't realise I was that early. That was very organised of me. Right. Oh, look, I can see how shiny I am now with the video on. See.
Well, I always get this reflection in my glasses, so I apologize, but there is nothing. I've tried everything, and there's no way to get rid of that. So
no, you need an anti-glare screen on the front of them.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Well, let's start because it's past. Okay. I'm sure we'll get some other people join us. So, oh, here comes Stephanie. Look, right on cue. I think Christine's coming as well a bit later. Right. Okay. Right. So, I've just got Pam on mute at the moment. So, welcome everyone. It's the one you've been waiting for. So hopefully, well, everybody has got their oils now. I know Barry was very excited about getting hers. It's just, in fact, I think everybody's excited about getting them. So now, Pam, I don't know, does the US box look the same as ours?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And it has the beautiful purple slide that goes over it, the field of lavender. Oh, that's beautiful. And that's just what it looks like. It's gorgeous. I've been there. It's gorgeous.
It's very exciting getting these boxes. So the purpose of today really is just to kind of, I mean, I'm sure you've all introduced yourself already to what's in the boxes, but we thought we'd just walk you through them. Let me just explain, okay, because I haven't really explained what this is all about so far. So Pam, essentially, first of all, Pam is a Young Living member? Leader, right? So Pam will explain to you a bit later what that means, but basically I started working with Pam last year through Thinking Into Results and other programs, and I got so interested in what she was doing that I wanted to get involved in it. So essentially, and again, Pam's going to explain more, but Young Living is a company that makes products from essential oils, if you like. And I got interested in them because at the time, when I was getting really serious about goal setting and wanting to be more productive, I wanted to be more focused and needing more energy and all those kind of things, I was looking for something to help me with that, because I'm not naturally a very healthy person. I have to admit, I have really unhealthy habits. And I was looking for a way to kind of improve my general well-being, but specifically at the time, I was looking for things to kind of help my energy levels, being focused, helping me visualize, because I really struggled to visualize and with goal setting and all that kind of thing. So because of my relationship with Pam and thinking to results and everything, I got to know what Pam was doing, and so I got interested in the oil side of it, and the products, and I ordered a starter kit like you've just got. So then I got so obsessed with the flipping things that then I decided that I would really want to share this with my TIR clients, because I saw the kind of effect they were having on me, and I just thought this is going to really, really help people. So I decided to become a Young Living member myself. So Pam is my upline in Young Living. So those of you who don't know anything about MLM or network marketing or anything, again, we'll have a chance for questions and we'll explain more later. But essentially, I've said essentially several times this session. Isn't that ironic?
Essential oils. Essential oils.
So basically, my desire was to get the oils in your hands, and the easiest way for me to do that was to set you up as Young Living members. Now, as I said in the email, that doesn't mean you're obliged to do anything or buy anything, or there's no obligation at all to you. It's just the way that I can get starter kits, the best way for me to get starter kits to you. So that's why I sent you a login for the Young Living site and create a password and everything for you, so that you could go on and track your order and have a look and see if there were things you're interested in. But if you hate it and you don't like them, you don't have to use them. You never have to, throw the thing away. Well, don't throw it away. Send it to me.
No.
Send it to me if you don't want it. But I really want people to try them, because I think that they will really help you. So what we'll do is we'll chat through the starter kit. So I know some of you got the UK kit. Oh, Kristin's waiting to come in. Some of you got the UK kit, some of you got the US kit. There's a couple of differences. So Pam,
I'll go through those.
Do you know what's in the UK one?
Yep, I've got the UK and I've got the US, so I know what's different.
So shall we just run through the oils in the UK starter kit first, and we'll just talk about what we use them for, and the benefits and everything. So Pam,
and I will tell you, I'm a little jealous of the UK kit.
Oh really? I always think that about the US one.
Yeah,
well, Pam is like the resident expert, because she's been doing this a long time and she knows everything about essential oils and other things, all kinds of health and wellness things. So, Pam, start us off.
Okay.
One of the oils.
So, and I do know, and that's part of my problem. I know a lot. So, if I get carried away, because I'll want to tell you everything about all of it, and so I'm going to try to control myself here.
Might get my notebook.
Okay. Yeah. So the first oil and some of these are in the US kit as well. But in the UK kit, there is lavender, and everybody's pretty familiar with lavender.
Good. Model it.
Before I do that, I want to show you, I want to explain. You have two different looking oils in your kit. You have this label and you have this label. This is called a Vitality. Okay.
You might not have any. I was looking confused. They might not have any Vitality ones this time.
You don't have any Vitality in your kit?
No, not this time.
None of you? Really? Oh, I'm surprised, because on the UK site they do show Vitality oils, but they're not in your kit.
No, but carry on, explain it, because
because
US, what you're going to say is important.
US does. So you have two different looking labels. The Vitality and the regular. Vitality, because the FDA would not let us talk about taking these oils internally, because they were only classified as using for cooking or using topically or using for aromatherapy. So that's the only way we could talk about these. So what Young Living did is they took every oil that can be taken internally, and they made a new classification called Vitality Line. So the Vitality Line has been classified by the FDA as supplements. So these are can be taken internally according to the FDA. All right, we always did, but
so what that, just to interrupt Pam, so what essentially you can have a peppermint oil with a like a green label, a full green, a full coloured label, and you can also have a peppermint oil with a white label like Pam's got in her hand that says Vitality on it, and they're both exactly the same. They've both got exactly the same things in them, but one of them has been approved. One of them's got a label on. Has got a label on to say you can take it internally.
So if I'm talking to you about, let's say I'm talking to you about peppermint, and I say peppermint is great for getting your mind clear, for you know, focus, for all that. There you go. But if I want to talk to you about digestive problems and taking it internally, I'm supposed to show you this oil. This one's for topical application and aromatherapy. This one is for internal. Now, like Emma said, it's the same oil in both bottles. It's just a way for the FDA, the government, to get more money, is all it is. So that I just wanted you to know the same oil. So when you go to reorder, because Vitality oils only come in the small bottles, these 5 milliliters, okay? So peppermint in a 5 milliliter, that's about 130 drops in a 5 milliliter bottle. But when you go to reorder, your value will be to get the 15 milliliter, which has over 300 drops, and it's the same oil, okay? So you don't have to get this label to take it internally. You can get this label to take it internally as well. But if you are talking to a group of people or somebody who might, you know, call you out on it, you want to make sure you're using the right bottle to talk about the right thing. It's just crazy. I don't worry about it too much.
I don't think in the UK we've got any. It's basically, am I right in thinking they can all be used for all?
Well, yeah, I mean, none of them would hurt you internally. It's just that there's no reason to take them internally. You know, there'd be no reason to take Valor internally. You know, there's no reason to take some of these oils. So any oil that has that Vitality label, you know that one has been approved for internal use. That's the best way. If you're questioning, oh, should I use this one internally? If there's a Vitality oil like that, yeah, you can. That's what it's for.
Do you want to explain the 3 ways that you can use the oils as we're talking about topically and what have you? People might not know.
Okay, so aromatherapy wise, you can put a few drops in your hand, rub your hands together, cup them over your nose, and breathe in deeply. Or you can put them in your diffuser. Where's my diffuser? Over here. In your diffuser. Now, a lot of you, if you haven't used your diffuser yet, they recommend 6 drops of oil in the diffuser. Okay, you can use more if you want to, but again, you don't want to be wasting your oil. So, and as far as mixing the oils, Gary Young always told us if you use single oils like peppermint or lemon, you know, not to mix more than 3 singles. If you're using a blend, so a blend is one that has more than one oil in it. And what would those, like Thieves or Purification, those are blends. Those have more than one oil in them. Then what you want to do, if you want to add another oil to that, you can add a single oil and pick a single oil that's in that blend. So let's say you were going to diffuse Thieves, you could add more lemon, or you could add more clove, or you could add more rosemary, but you don't want to add like peppermint to that. you know, you'd want to add something that's in that blend. So, and you know, for right now, if you just want to, you know, just use some single oils, that I think that probably, the blends are already just so perfect. I don't see any reason really to add a lot of oils to the blends.
No.
But the single oils, like Emma said, she's got peppermint and lemon. That's a awesome combination. So, you know, just use some and see how you like it. Make your own smells that you have. Okay, so that's aromatherapy wise. Topically, you can use the oils. Now, depending on what you're using it topically for, we started talking about lavender. Lavender is very good, you know, for relaxation. So aromatherapy wise, lavender is very good. But lavender topically is very good for muscle aches. It's also the #1 oil for burns. Now remember, we're talking about Young Living. Don't use any other lavender on burns, because most of the lavender oils that you buy over the counter or from other companies have been adulterated, it's called. So they add chemicals to make that essential oil go farther. So if you start using one of those oils on a burn, you could actually make your burn worse. So just use the lavender if you have a burn, and it works very well. It has an anesthetic, you know, so it kind of takes the sting out of it, and it will heal a lot quicker.
I think what I'm
Now,
going to jump in, Pam, just
sure.
just while Pam's saying that, the thing about Young Living oils is that they are only pure essential oils that's
Right.
in the bottle. So there's no chemical, there's no additional chemical, or what do you call filler? Not filler. What's the thing that they add? You know, some of them add alcohol to them.
It will extend the oil.
A lot of essential oils that you buy in Asda or on Amazon, or in, you know, that when you buy them in bulk and they're cheap, or cheaper, it's because they've been bulked out with other stuff. So there's not, and it doesn't have to have very much essential oil in it for them to call it pure essential oil. So you'll see on the bottle, it says 100%. Pure essential oil. It'll say 100% essential oil because it can't. It doesn't. There's no regulation that says they can't do that. So you don't actually know what's in the bottle, which is all right. If you're just buying it because you just want it to smell nice or whatever, then it's just that. You know, if you're inhaling it, or, you know, if you're putting in a diffuser or something and there's chemicals in it, you're also diffusing those chemicals and inhaling the chemicals. Or if you know, you hear sort of scare stories about using oils around pets or putting them on your skin or whatever, but that's because most oils that you buy have other things in them, have other chemicals and things in them, and it's those that react to your skin or to your animal or whatever. So one of the benefits of the Young Living stuff is that there's none of that in, so you don't have to worry about anything like that.
Right.
So, sorry,
even people that have, I've had people come to my classes that I was not aware that had, you know, like asthma or breathing problems. Had I known, I would have probably been a little freaked out. But they smelled every oil that went through, and at the end, I had a woman say, "These oils are the purest oils I've ever seen," she said, "because I have asthma." and if they had chemicals in them. Yeah, and I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, I knew they were pure, but it was like, holy cow. So that was quite a testimonial. But anyway, so lavender can be used topically for those things. Now, when you use the oils topically, you only need 1 to 2 drops. So, you know, here's the catch on that. How do I put 1 to 2 drops of oil all over my back that's really sore? You want to use a carrier oil. A carrier oil is an oil like coconut oil or olive oil. Young Living has a carrier oil called V6. And V6 is 6 vegetable oils that have been synergistically blended to work with the essential oils. So if you don't have any V6 right now, you could use coconut oil, or
I use olive oil.
Yeah, and I would suggest to use organic, because you're using, you know, the top of the line oil. There's no sense using some kind of stuff that's got crap in it. to put it on with. So just put the carrier oil in your hand, you know, like a quarter, whatever size, put a couple of drops of your essential oil in there, and then you can rub it a lot farther. It will go a lot more places. When I do my husband's back, I put the carrier oil all over his back first, and then I drop the essential oils over it, and then I do the rub thing. So those are ways that you can use these oils. And some oils can be used all three ways, like, you know, like lavender. You can use it topically, aromatherapy, or for ingestion. So, you know, just about all the oils you can do that. So that's lavender. So peppermint, we kind of talked
Can I just say back before we move on to peppermint? Yeah, sorry, sure. Lavender, especially with what we're doing with TIR. I mean, I use lavender. I use tons of lavender, but I use it on a night time. I diffuse it in the bedroom to help me sleep. And I use it on the landing so that it helps the girls go to sleep, you know, leave their doors open. And I also put it in my bath in Epsom salts if I've had a long day, or to help me kind of like wind down to go to sleep on nights, because I'm crap if I've had a rubbish night's sleep. So I'm not productive. Well, let me tell you,
when you put it in your bath, Epsom salts is a great thing to put it in, but if you will put it in just a little bit of baking soda first,
right,
and then it will disperse in the water,
right,
more evenly. When you use the salt, it doesn't disperse as well.
Right.
And for some reason, you get a better aroma with the baking soda too.
Right.
So, you know, there's people that like to make their own bath salts, and I just have a bag of Epsom salts, and I have a glass jar full of baking soda, and I switch up my bath. I've got oils in my bathroom. I got oils everywhere. But if I need to relax, I'll use some, you know, some lavender, or if I want to, you know, really get wild, I'll use some abundance, or, you know, you can use whatever you want in your bath. So I do it that way instead of making something that I use all the time. It just goes with whatever mood I'm in. But try baking soda with that. It works really, really well.
But I've also started rubbing it when I put my moisturizer on. I've started putting a few drops on my hands and then rubbing it over my face without any oil.
Yeah, you could do that too.
And it smells nice.
You know, if your skin is real sensitive, and we find real sensitive skin in infants and in real elderly people, sometimes they're very sensitive. You might want to mix it with a carrier oil. And if you find that it does cause you a little bit of irritation, then put a carrier oil over top of it. I will tell you, everyone, if you're using, and not, you know, I'm not criticizing or pointing fingers, but if you're using crap lotions or crap body wash, that stuff leaves a film on your skin. And the essential oils eat petrochemicals. That's one of the beauties of taking them internally, is that they eat those petrochemicals that we're exposed to all the time. So if you've got this layer of petrochemicals on your skin that, you know, they say makes it feel soft and supple and all that, the oil may cause an irritation when you put it on there, because it will start eating away at that petrochemical that's on your skin. So just to let you know that if you do have a reaction, it's in some way, that it could be that. And never, ever, ever, like if you got a burn and you put oils on it, don't cover it with a Band-Aid. Band-Aids are plastic. Plastic is petrochemicals. It will cause an irritation where that Band-Aid is, where you put that oil. So just, in fact, it's better to probably leave it open anyway. That would it'll heal a lot quicker. So those are just some tips. And like I said, you guys probably don't remember half of this stuff, so just feel free to, you know, email me or text me if you got questions.
So lavender is another one that you can take internally, isn't it?
Lavender is great for allergy symptoms. It works kind of like like your Allerest or your, what are
Like
some of those?
Piriton. We have
Yeah,
Piriton.
yeah.
Piriton.
So you take lavender, peppermint, and lemon in a capsule, and it will alleviate your symptoms anywhere from 6 hours on, depending on your metabolism. So if you want to, some people, after 6 hours, they just need another one. And the beauty of it is you can take these as often as you need to, no side effects, no contraindications, and it's just an antihistamine. It has an antihistamine effect. So that's one way you can take it internally. And
you can
put capsules.
So these you can get these as you can probably get them from other Holland. You probably get them from other places as well, but these I just got these this time. And so you literally, if you want to take them internally, you literally buy some little capsules and you just put drops inside there. So I mean I've been taking the Copaiba one. I don't know if you're supposed to. I just experiment. But Pam will talk about thieves in a bit, and that's at the moment that's really important. But so you can take them in capsules, or you can drop them under your tongue, can't you?
Yeah, depending on lavender isn't what I'd say the tastiest oil, but it is good in lavender lemonade. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, so good. Lavender lemonade, lavender cookies. Yes, you can use them in cooking and in your drinks. So yeah, it's really good. And we actually have some lavender drops that you could buy to put in your water. Lavender lemon drops. Yeah,
like juice.
They're electrolytes.
But like if you're having a stressful
lemonade.
If you're having a stressful few days, take it as many ways as you can.
Yeah,
you can't overdose on it. It's just and it's such there's a psychological effect, I'm sure, as well, as well as all the other great stuff. But
it has shown the brain waves. It slows down the brain waves in the brain. So it literally, and it's not like you're just gonna go, or fall asleep. It's not that kind of relaxation. It relaxes the brain, it relaxes the mind, and therefore the body follows. So yeah, lavender is a really good one.
All sorts of information that Pam's got on frequencies. It changes the frequency of your body. The essential oils, some of them
can drive you all literally crazy.
She will if you let her.
How far you want to go.
But this is there's such a synergy between the oils and the thinking to results stuff that we'll be doing, and when we talk about vibration and frequencies, all frequencies. So the starter kit is brilliant, and it's got we'll show you each one how you can use it to think to results. But it's just like, it is a kind of taster kit, but you've got enough there to still last you a couple of months.
Well, and the lavender, if you I should say, well, I guess it's all girls on here, but if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're like, oh my gosh, I've just taken in so much. I've listened to Bob now 500 times, and I'm reading, and I'm, trying to figure all this out. Lavender will help with that. It will calm your mind. And a lot of times that's what we need. We think we need focus, but it isn't really focus we need. We need just to calm our mind. So lavender is very good for that.
And we've been doing a lot today about relaxation.
Right.
About how important it is.
Reach for the lavender. Okay, so let's go on to peppermint. Peppermint, and these all are in both kits. Peppermint is to diffuse it, to breathe it in. It stimulates the mind. It will wake you up. It's great for long trips. It's great if you're trying to, you're feeling really tired or sluggish. Just breathe that in over your hands.
Be really careful if you put it on your hands because
it's a very strong.
If you rub it on your hands, and then you must shut your eyes, because if you put it over your face with your eyes open, you'll just be.
Which reminds me, if you ever get the oil in your eyes, which if you're going to use them, it's going to happen because you're going to have it on your hand. You're going to rub your eyes. I've gotten it in both eyes at the same time, which makes it very difficult to find the carrier oil. So what you want to do is you want to get your carrier oil, like your coconut or olive or whatever, because that is a large molecule oil. And so you put it on a cotton pad, you wipe your eye, it pulls that essential oil right out of your eye. There's no damage to your eye, nothing like that, but it will feel like your eyes are being burnt with hot coals. It burns bad.
Yeah.
So the carrier oil will pull that right out and you're good to go. So anytime you feel like you get it too close to your eyes and your eyes are burning, use the carrier oil on them and it will take that right away. It's amazing.
Mm.
I you know, nobody's going to put oil in their eye just to see if it works, but you know, when it does happen, it's amazing when you're like, wow, that really worked. So that's a good tip. Don't forget that one. Don't add water. Don't add water. Water will intensify that burning pain. Don't use water. Make sure you use a carrier oil. Okay. Okay. So peppermint, we're talking about breathing that in. For ladies with the hot flash, put some on your hands and rub your neck. Oh my gosh. You'll tinkle in your pants. It just gives you the woo, the chills. It will cool you down quick. So it's great for summertime when you get overheated. Like I said, hot flashes. It's great for that. It's perfect for bad breath. Now, I will tell you, it says to put a couple of drops on your tongue. Don't do it. It will take your breath away. What I do is I put some on my finger from the bottle, and then I put it on my tongue. It is so potent. I've never had any peppermint like that before. It will take your breath away. Topically, if you have tummy problems, you got indigestion, put it on your hand with a carrier oil and rub it clockwise. Okay, this is all about frequency again. Clockwise, it is going to take whatever is in there that's making you unhappy. It's getting it out. We want it to go out, whatever it is, whether it's gas or whatever. If you do it the other way, you're trying to keep it in. So always clockwise, clockwise. You can also take peppermint internally, be it for tummy issues. So if you've got a stomach ache, you've eaten too much, whatever, put it in a capsule, or with peppermint, you can just put that in your mouth because it does taste good. It makes great peppermint candy. It's great to drink. It's one of the things that for your pet, when animals get overheated, put peppermint in their water. Now, my dog won't touch it, but some animals really, really like it, and it will cool them off from the inside because a lot of times there's certain breeds of dogs that will get overheated quicker than others. So you can always do that. It's great for headaches, sinus issues. Again, be very careful around your eyes, but you put it on your temple across here. And if you put it in these places, you're going to have to shut your eyes because the oil itself will just overtake your whole face. Also behind your ears on the mastoid bone and down your jawline. If you have tooth problems, over wherever that's at, you can use the peppermint. Peppermint and lavender are probably two of the oils that we say keep in your kit, your medical
medicine cabinet.
Yeah, medicine cabinet. Now, peppermint is also one that bugs and mice do not like the smell of peppermint. But I tell people, this is when you buy the cheap stuff, because the mice don't know the difference between Young Living and Walmart. So just buy the cheap stuff. But if you put peppermint on cotton balls and like put it in your cabinets, they won't come around. If you've got a place in your house where you think, bugs are coming in or mice or something, put peppermint around. I'll tell you, since I've started using oils, we have no problems with bugs. Even the flies don't want to come in because I'm diffusing all the time. They just don't like that.
I tried this last week with, we were having a barbecue and we've got a bush at the side of the garden that I'm sure has got a wasp's nest in it. There were tons of bees and wasps around, and I can't be outside. And I just thought to myself, I'm going to try peppermint. So I got some just cotton buds, earbuds, and just got a little bit on each one, and I kind of put them all along the fence. So stayed away. They stayed away.
They do not like peppermint. You have to be careful with
like
lavender,
that,
though.
The kids
You have to be careful if you're wearing flowery oils, though, because the bees will be attracted to that. They think you're, they pick up the frequency of that. It's not like they smell it, but they pick up the frequency of it, and they'll come buzzing. So you have to watch that.
But as far as TIR goes, what would you? I use it for when I wake up on a morning, and if I feel a bit blurry, I've had a glass of wine and that far. I'll, take it on my hands, and it clears you. I mean, you feel it down the back of your nose, don't you? And it
clears you all the way up into here.
And then you put it on the back of your neck, and you just get like a cold feeling down it totally wakes you up, and it really helps focus. That's why I've got it in my diffuser now, because I've been tired this afternoon. So I put peppermint and lemon in, and it's just it really, really works. So
yeah, it does.
Peppermint.
The other thing it's good for is your feet. If your feet feel really tired, get you some peppermint and mix it with a carrier oil and rub your feet, because it just will. I tell people when we do foot baths, it's like, do you want to go dancing, or do you, because peppermint will pep you up. It will make your feet feel so much better. So yeah, that peppermint's, like I said, lavender, peppermint are two of the ones you want to always have on hand. Lemon, we're going to talk about lemon next. Lemon is great, is more of aromatherapy and internal use. There's really not a whole lot to use lemon for as far as topically. Lemon is antidepressive. All of the citrus oils are very antidepressive. So if you're feeling blue, that's why that peppermint and lemon are just a perfect combination. Lemon is a real good pick-me-up. It's a really good to kind of change your frequency is what it does. It raises your frequency. Internally, lemon is excellent for liver health. It is a great detoxifier, and because it's a great detoxifier,
can I put it in my wine?
Can
I put it in my wine?
Oh, I don't know. I guess you could. I don't know how that'd taste.
Win-win.
Yeah, win-win. And it also boosts your immune system. So drinking lemon oil in your water is really, really good for you. I know I have a lot of clients that, I hate water. I don't like water. It's like a chore for them to drink water. So using these different citrus oils is a great way to start learning to love water again. Plus, I even have some people where I've told them, get you an ice tray, put, different, like lemon in your ice tray, or lime or whatever, and freeze it, and then put those ice cubes in your water, and then it just comes out a little bit while you're drinking it.
I have it in hot water. I have it in hot water instead of tea.
Yeah, you can put, peppermint tea. You can use your peppermint for that. You can use your lemon in your tea.
And
and it makes great lemon pie. Oh,
yeah. Well, Carl, I told you Carl made some cookies the other day. Is it cookies that he made? Yeah. Oh, it was amaretti biscuits. He made some soft amaretti biscuits with the lemon oil in, and it's so you can just tell the difference. Yeah. Lemony, yeah. So lemony. But you could tell the difference even in the biscuits that he'd made. You could tell that it wasn't
artificial flavoring.
Stuff. Yeah, it's so much better than that lemon essence, whatever it is that you buy.
Lavender lemonade. There's a recipe for that. And when we go to convention, that they would always have lavender lemonade, and they finally gave us the recipe for that. It is absolutely delicious, absolutely delicious. And I think that, I don't know if that's on the website, but I have that recipe if anybody wants it. But yeah, years ago, when we'd go to convention, all of our food, they would feed us, and all of our food was made with essential oils, and all of our drinks were made with essential oils. So it was just heaven. You know, I always went to convention for the food. And it was just delicious, just delicious. So that lemon is also great for laundry, ladies. If you want to whiten your whites, lemon and baking soda, that will whiten your whites. So you don't have to use the old bleach if you don't want to. So adding that to your water will help brighten your clothes. So it does have a bleaching effect when you use it with baking soda. So yes. And if you have a kitchen counter that has stains on it, you can make your own soft scrub, so to speak, with the baking soda and your oil, and then just rub it on those spots, and it will take up the stains. So, and sticky stuff too. So if you've got a label on something that you can't get off, you know, you have to peel it with your fingernail and it just still stays sticky, drop some lemon oil on it, let it sit, and it will come right off. Petrochemicals.
So, again, with TIR, like Pam was saying, antidepressant. So if you wake up one morning and you think, this isn't working, I just can't see how I'm ever going to achieve my goal, and you know, this, whatever. Lemon in your water, lemon in your diffuser, lemon on the soles of your feet.
Yeah,
that's what we
lemon
prescribe.
A lot of times depression is caused from a congested liver, just so you know. So if you're feeling depressed, you probably should be taking it internally as well, because your liver probably needs some support. So I won't go into that.
Okay. We'll do another one.
Okay, so then frankincense. This is the one I'm jealous of in the UK, because we don't get frankincense in our kits in the US.
We love a bit of Frank, don't we?
Oh, we love Frank. Frank is the man. And Frank is incredible.
This is what I use when I'm visualizing.
Yeah. Oh, frankincense frankincense is high in a natural chemical constituent called sesquiterpene. And sesquiterpenes stimulate the limbic portion of the brain. Okay, so breathing that in is excellent. Especially TIR, really good for that.
Because it evokes emotion.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
So when you're trying to get emotionally involved with your C-type goal and you're visualizing, diffuser.
Right, when you're doing the meditation, when you're doing that, Bob, or your meditation, frankincense is the way to go. Frank. Oh, yes, Frank. I love Frank.
I use that with lemon, actually, as well.
Yeah, I bet that smells good, too. Frankincense is also good for the immune system, but one of the things that it is best known for is anti-cancerous, anti-tumoral. And there have been studies made, and I can say this because it has been published as a research paper, that frankincense cured bladder cancer. Now, it has been used for all other kinds of cancers. I know people who have recovered from cancers using frankincense, but those have not been published studies. But it is used over in Oman. We have a doctor in Oman that uses frankincense intravenously, and he has cured many cancers there. but in the United States, you know, that's a big no-no.
Mm.
So frankincense internally is always recommended, 5 to 6 drops a day. There is a blend we have called Longevity that has frankincense in it. And we did have capsules. They're out of stock, but hopefully they'll be back in, because I was taking those every day. But you can get the oil itself and make your own capsule if you want to. Frankincense is, and there are, and Gary Young really educated us a lot on frankincense before the FDA came in and took that away from us. So there's a lot about frankincense that I can tell you, but
then she'd have to kill you.
Cancer is the biggie. It literally it has the ability to change the cells, to shut off the cancer cells. That's what the studies have shown. And there's several doctors who are doing studies on frankincense as we speak. And, you know, I'm sure they're using it underground, because that's one of the reasons why you don't hear anything about it, because we're not allowed to talk about it. We can't just say, hey, you know, try it. You can't do that. So it's kind of like one of those underground things, and we know different doctors that will, you know, connect with to ask the questions. And a lot of us have friends that have used it. I have a friend that has ovarian cancer. She used it. Breast cancer, they've used it. So yeah, frankincense is one that I recommend people take internally every day. 5 to 6 drops every day, just for prevention, because we all everybody has the cancer cells inside of them. It's just that when something triggers them, that we get diagnosed with the cancer. So we're exposed to stuff all day long, but our immune system can handle that until at some point it can't anymore, and then that's when it happens. So frankincense is a good one to use for that. Topically, frankincense is the bomb for skincare. Frankincense is in all of our skincare products. It is magnificent. I love frankincense. Now, if you don't have any of our skincare, just be careful what you're mixing it with, because you don't want to mix it with something that's got petrochemicals. Use something natural. But you can even use it in your olive oil or your coconut oil, just a few drops, and use that on your face. If you don't want to get the, you know, the products that we have. But all of our skincare, frankincense, it's very, very healthy for the skin. Okay,
I'm 85, really.
Yeah.
I've been using frankincense.
My insides are looking young. Digize.
Oh,
I love Digize.
Oh, where's mine?
Digize doesn't taste the best in the world, but it works like a dream. If you don't have any peppermint.
Did we get some? Have you got Digize in yours, Vary? You got one called Digize? Oh, have you? Where's mine?
It's a red label.
No, it's okay. It's all right.
Okay.
It's upstairs next to my bed for my heartburn.
Oh, yes. It's great for heartburn. So lemon is good for heartburn too. You think lemon being acidic, but when lemon goes into the body, it turns alkaline. So if you've got really bad heartburn, use lemon oil. But Digize is really good for feeling over full or having gas, or if you've got food poisoning. It is the bomb for food poisoning. I can personally attest to that. Yeah, and you just keep putting these, like I said, it doesn't taste good, but when you've got food poisoning, yeah, I put it under my tongue. Yeah, and if you don't want to taste it, get that bottle way back there on the back of your throat and get it away from your tongue, and then you won't have that effect. But Digize is really, really good for any kind of digestive issues. And like I said, it's the bomb for food poisoning. It works within 15 minutes. I mean, I just kept, every few minutes I would put it in my mouth because I used to have, I don't anymore, not after food poisoning, but I used to have a bad habit of eating raw brownie dough. When I would bake brownies, I love raw cookie dough, raw brownie dough, and the eggs. There was a report sent out that said, oh, the eggs are bad. And I was like, oh, that's what's wrong with me. I got so sick. So I started using that, and boom, it was.
I
like
also like to diffuse. It's quite
oh, you diffuse it?
Sometimes it's just
what does it have in it?
It's kind of like got a comforting. I only do it for the smell, really, because it's kind of. Maybe it's because I know it makes me feel better.
Well, it has tarragon, it has ginger, it has peppermint in it. It has fennel. It has lemongrass, and it has patchouli.
Just gives me like a comforting smell. Sometimes I diffuse everything.
I find it. It's not one of my favorites.
I quite like it now, but maybe I've got addicted to it because I use it so much.
That could be. And everybody's got a different smeller. You know, some people will say, oh, I love the smell of lavender. And other people will say, oh, that stinks to me. Well, this is what Gary Young says about oils that you have an aversion to. He would tell us that is the oil that you need to be using because it's cleaning something out of your system. That's why you find it repulsive. So he would say to use it on the bottom of your feet, because he'd say, you know, most people can't get their foot to their nose, so you wouldn't smell it that much. So put it on the bottom of your feet and let that clear it out. And I will say, for me, that worked with valerian. Still makes me kind of retch, but not as bad as it used to. I used to not be able to be around valerian at all. And rutavala doesn't bother me anymore. Rutavala used to really make me sick, but I actually like it now. So using it continuously, it's really fascinating how that smell will change to you when it clears that stuff out. Okay, let's go on to thieves. Thieves, woo-hoo, raise the roof for thieves. Right now, thieves is everything.
Love thieves.
Thieves is like, that's one oil that I never am out of, is the thieves oil.
Carl's been, sorry, I'll let you explain what it is first.
Okay, thieves, if you aren't aware, you probably wonder, why is it called thieves? And you can actually Google this, but during the Black Plague, there were some perfumers and apothecaries that knew about herbs and spices. And so what they did is they put some together and they put it in a vat of vinegar, because vinegar preserved those spices and herbs. And then they soaked their clothes in it, and they went out and robbed the dead and dying, and they did not get the Black Plague. When they got caught by the king's soldiers, they had to give up the recipe. And that was the beginning of the end of the Black Plague. They posted that recipe in all of these different towns, and they were able to get rid of the Black Plague. So this is the modern day version of that. And like I said, it has clove, it has rosemary, it has lemon, it has peppermint. What else does it have in it? I should know all those by heart. I used to. Oh, here we go. Lemon, clove, cinnamon bark. That's what it is. Eucalyptus radiata, rosemary. So that's all of the oils that it has in it. And it is considered a hot oil. And a hot oil just means that when you put it on your tongue, it's hot. And that's the clove that's in there. And clove is the highest antiviral oil on the planet. Very antiviral. All of the oils in here are very antibacterial and very antiviral. So thieves, we consider thieves like our cold prevention, our flu prevention, our, getting sick. This is our preventative. So oilers put this on the bottom of their feet every day. And the reason you put it on the bottom of the feet is that's where the largest pores are in the body. And your body will absorb that. And studies have shown that within 15 to 20 minutes, that oil has gotten into every cell. Think about that. Every cell of your body. It's like, wow. So I tell people, be careful when you walk barefoot outside what you step in, because you never know what you're
straight
absorbing.
Right,
yeah, absorbing it through those feet. Because thieves is so antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, we have a whole line of thieves products. Cleaning solution, we have detergent, laundry detergent, we have dishwashing liquid, we have dishwasher soap, we have veggie and fruit spray, hand sanitizer. We've got everything. So thieves is the way to go. And
this is huge at the moment.
Yes.
See, the last few weeks, because of the coronavirus, I mean, they sold out within hours, didn't they, of the stuff. It's just been so hot. And in the...
We've had the oil, but we've sold out of everything else. The hand soap, the purifier, all of that
the
stuff.
European warehouse sold out of the whole... You couldn't
really?
get it for love nor money, the
wow.
things. And so that just is an example of how how well thought of it is in the wellness community. It just straight away, the minute that there was the hint of this virus, it just went, because it's just so well known for being preventative.
And I would just about bet you that nobody in Young Living had the coronavirus.
Yeah,
I just about bet you, because, and not just because of the thieves, but because of all the oils we use. All of the oils have some antibacterial, antiviral properties, so the blends, everything has some kind of property that is protective. And if you're like most oilers, you're diffusing, you're using them every day, that's just a habit that we have. The Thieves hand purifier, I've always used that after I go into a store. The Thieves spray, I always spray before I go into the store. Those are just habits that we've acquired over the years using these products. So, Thieves is the bomb. This is not one for topical, really, because it's a hot oil. Now, if you're trying to get rid of a wart, something like that, but be very careful and get it right on the spot, because it will burn. It will literally burn your skin. It is really good for teeth problems. So if you have a bad tooth, or you've got something in your mouth that's bothering you, I would suggest, and this is what I did with my cat, I put carrier oil, and then I would put a few drops of the Thieves in the carrier oil, use a Q-tip, and then rub it on those areas. And it will take away the pain immediately. It's that clove. Years ago, dentists used to use clove in their practice. So it's much healthier than using the crap that they use now. But anyway, so if you have any kind of issues like that, you can always use it in the mouth. I know people that cook with it, like instead of they use it in pumpkin pies, anything pumpkin, they use the Thieves for that. Diffusing it, yes. We've
been diffusing it for 2 months.
Yes, because it does kill the bacteria and viruses in the air. Now, I will say, you ladies all have the Dewdrop. The Dewdrop uses water, okay? So there are diffusers that put out straight oil that we have. Those are great to have too, because they break the oil up in such micro particles that the oil will literally stay suspended in the air for 3 to 6 hours. So you may only need to diffuse it for 20 minutes.
Which diffusers are they?
There is the pyramid diffuser, and there's one other one, and I can't remember what it's called right off the top of my head. We used to have a TheraPro, and that's what I have, and I like that. We don't have that anymore. You can go out on Diffuser World, and you can get it there. And I love that one. Also, Thieves will remediate black mold. So if you have mold in your house, Thieves is the one. Dr. Edward Close, who is specializes in mold. He's an environmental specialist, and his wife got him hooked on the oils, and he did a lot of testing and research on Thieves. He actually has a book out called Mold RX for You. I don't think I have it here. I probably lent it to somebody. But if you have mold in your house, you don't want to be using a diffuser that uses water, because then you're adding more moisture to the air. So you'd want to get a diffuser that gets rid of that. But if you ever have a mold issue and you want help with that, let me know. I'll hook you up with that book. And Dr. Close is just, it's brilliant. He tells you exactly how much to use for whatever, and there's all kinds of amazing stuff with Thieves.
Thieves is, and Pam will probably do another, we could probably do another webinar on it. There's so much stuff that all the products, all the household products, because Young Living are really, I don't think we'll have time to talk about it today, but the Young Living, the whole ethos about Young Living is non-chemical lifestyle. So it's about getting rid of the chemicals in your house that are causing problems and issues and illnesses, which is why, so like, this is the household cleaner that lasts ages, because I've had this in September. Still haven't finished it because I keep diluting it. But these are all, they've all got Thieves in, you know, the hand sanitizers, the cleaners, the all.
And they're all that, like that it can be diluted. I mean, that right there is concentrated. So you can get dozens of spray bottles and dozens of cleanings out of it. Same thing with the laundry detergent. Yeah. Holy cow, you wouldn't believe that. Well, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll do it.
But Thieves, you can put these in capsules, but we actually have a supplement called Inner Defense, which has the Thieves blend in it, along with oregano and thyme. So it makes it super duper powerful against bacteria and viruses. So when we feel like maybe we're getting, you know, the crud, or the crud is all around us, we'll take the Inner Defense capsules. But you can make your own as well, put these in capsules. But on the bottom of the feet, that's the best place to put that every single day. Okay, the next one is purification. Purification is one that you wouldn't normally take internally, but you can. But this one is great to purify the air, so it's a good one to diffuse. A lot of people like to diffuse it. I'm not fond of the smell myself, but a lot of people love it.
I do, if Lulu's smelling of wet dog.
Yeah, so purification is really good for that. If you have a dog, it's really good for dogs as far as dog smell. For cats, it's really good to put in a litter box. So you mix it with some baking soda and plain litter, and then every time that they use the litter box, that purification gets activated and it cuts down on that odor.
I put it in house trainers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Put it in work boots and trainers.
There's people that use that in your laundry. So if you've got smelly clothes in your laundry, add some to baking soda and put that in your laundry, and it does help to absorb that that odor. It's also the oil that I use on my dog instead of like the insect repellents
Flea
and
treatment,
all
flea
that. Yeah, I don't use any
tablets.
of that. I use this, and I use a supplement that Young Living has that we'll talk about some other time. But I just drop it right down his back, and we have no problems. Now if you have a dog that's outside all the time or that runs through the woods, that's a little bit different. Our dog's in and out. He's just a house dog, inside and outside. So, but I've used purification, and before we got an insect repellent, this is what we used for an insect repellent for ourselves, was purification. We would put with a carrier oil and then just rub it all over us. So purification, you can use it for that. Really, that purification isn't much for aromatherapy. I mean, other than the diffuser, like to breathe it in. If you have a cut or any kind of a boo-boo, I guess you'd say, purification, you can use that like you would peroxide. Purification will get deep down into the tissue, and it will heal from the bottom up, instead of a lot of times when you use like antibiotic stuff or peroxide, you'll get a scab on it, but it'll still be infected deep down in there. Purification goes way down in there. Purification is the oil for brown recluse spider bites. I've seen brown recluse spider bites. Have you ever heard of the brown recluse?
No,
You
that
guys
sounds
have
scary. I don't think so.
Okay, so the
I'm
brown
hoping we don't
recluse.
have any spiders that bite.
Well, when this one bites, the venom from this spider, what it's intended to do is to cause its prey to like melt. It just disintegrates. So what happens when it bites a human is that venom gets into the tissue, and it just keeps eating away and eating away and eating away. So a lot of people end up with huge holes in their arms or whatever, where they've had to debride that to try to stop that venom, because once it gets in the tissue, it just keeps going. So purification neutralizes that, just like that. And it's amazing. I've seen it. I've got pictures. It's amazing what it does. It stops that venom in its tracks.
Does it work on stings and things?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
I can attest to wasp stings. I got stung on my thumb and my finger. We were opening the pool, and they were underneath there, and it was really painful. I hadn't been stung since I was a kid, and I was in tears. And my husband's like, "What's that?" I said, I got stung. And I went in the house, and I had heard that purification would do the trick. Well, again, I wasn't going to get stung to find out, but I started dropping that purification on there, and within 5 minutes, before my husband even came into the house to check on me, the pain was gone. You couldn't even tell I'd been stung. It didn't swell, nothing. So it neutralizes bee stings, wasp stings, and the spider bite. So that's a one to always have in the summertime. Always have with you in the summertime.
That's got one of those caps on as well. The new childproof, and some scary labels now.
Yeah.
These warning signs, just anybody that's in the UK that's seeing these warning signs now, that Pam, it's like,
wow.
These are new. These have only just gone on, these warning signs, and it's exactly the same stuff that we've always had. But they've suddenly
it's just the UK, because we don't have that on the US stuff. So it's just required. And you saw what they told me that was.
Yeah,
it's just that, they're potent.
Because they're so pure. Because they're so totally pure and can be strong. They don't want kids being able to get into them, which is why they put a childproof lid on. So.
Although I will tell you, they could drink a whole bottle of it and it wouldn't hurt them. It might give them the runs, but it's not going to hurt them.
No.
Okay, so RC. RC is respiratory. That's a respiratory oil. So again, this would not be one you would necessarily take internally, although you could, but there'd be no need to. This one is really specific to aromatherapy, topical over the neck and the throat, breathing that in. You know,
I do diffuse this if the kids have
yes,
got bunged up noses.
yeah,
If the kids,
it's good for sinuses. But and I have an aroma dome, it's called. So it's like a little tent, and I diffuse into this little tent, and you can lay in the tent. So
Michael
RC,
Jackson.
yeah, yeah. If you're feeling, woohoo, if you're feeling tight in the chest or whatever, then RC is a really good one to use. The next one is, and that's in the US one as well. Copaiba.
Yeah,
Copaiba.
I like this a lot.
Copaiba really doesn't have much of an aroma, a
Yeah.
scent to it, but Copaiba is very anti-inflammatory. So it's good to take internally if you have some inflammatory issues, digestive inflammation or joints, things like that. But it's also known as a magnifier. So let's say you, what have we already looked at? Okay, so let's say you've got a muscle that's really tight and you've put lavender on it. So you put your lavender on it, and then you take your Copaiba and drop that over it and rub that over it. And Copaiba drives that lavender deeper. It drives it in deeper. So that's one of the qualities of the Copaiba, is a magnifier. It magnifies the other ones.
I've also read a report a few weeks ago that likens Copaiba to CBD oil.
Yes, it has
And
some of the same constituents in it.
so
Yeah.
if you're in the UK and you're interested in the CBD oil, because we struggle to get proper CBD oil here. There's a lot of it around, but it's not proper. It's not pure.
Young Living
stuff.
has it. They just won't let you have it over there.
Yep, they can get it in the States.
Yeah.
I just can't get hold of it. We will be able to at some point, but we just can't.
So
They sell all kinds of crappy CBD oil products here.
That's crazy.
So it is. But so I am taking coke, and so is Carl taking it because he was interested in taking CBD oil for different aches and pains and sleeping and stuff. So we're trialing this. So I'll tell you. And I've got bad knees, so I'm hoping it's going to help my knees as well. So I'm taking that 3 times a day.
And for your knees, the next oil is Panaway.
Panaway
is known as the bone oil. This is great for broken bones, achy bones, arthritic bones. It has wintergreen, peppermint, and it has helichrysum. And helichrysum, what helichrysum does is it draws that blood to that area, which makes things heal a lot quicker. And it helps the wintergreen, helps to reduce the pain. Clove, it has clove. Clove also is very anesthetic, so that helps to reduce the pain.
It reminds me of when my dad used to play rugby when I was young, because it smells like liniment.
Yeah.
Like what that you were
It smells like Bengay. Bengay is what I always, it has that smell. But I like that smell.
I do as well.
And
I use that on my knees.
I don't know that you would, well, put some Copaiba over it next time. Over top of the Panaway. But Panaway is one, there's really no need to take that internally. I wouldn't do that. I probably wouldn't, no reason to really diffuse that. It's great to take a bath in for muscle aches. So it's good for muscle aches too, or just achiness all over. So it's mainly topical is how I would use Panaway. So you could use it, and again, mix it with a carrier oil so that, you can use it in different places farther. It goes farther. All right, stress away. Really, there's
Just before we go, I don't know whether I get a lot of questions about this because I don't know whether
I'm going to talk to you
realise
about the rollerball.
Well, that's all right, but not everybody realises that there's another layer.
Oh, yeah.
Box. Oh, yes. So if you haven't realised, there's a little ribbon. If you look at Vari's face.
Oh yeah. Vari says Christmas again.
Another layer, everybody.
Yeah. You got more oils.
If you didn't already know.
You guys get more oils than we do too. You get 12 oils.
We're special.
Yeah.
So your Stress Away will be in the layer underneath.
And Stress Away is, oh my gosh, I love Stress Away. It smells so good. It's the
Look how excited Vari is. That's great.
It is exciting. It is exciting. It's the vanilla in Stress Away. Oh, I love the smell of that. My sister calls this her road rage oil.
Yeah.
And you can get this in a roller, but I am going to teach you how to use your roller ball too. So it might be a good time to do that because everybody likes Stress Away, likes to put a roller ball on the Stress Away. So since you're all watching me, I can't see you. I want you to take your bottle, one of your bottles out of your kit, Stress Away if you've got it. I don't think we have Stress Away in our kit, Kristen and Stephanie. So maybe your lavender would be a good one to take out. I mean, you could do it on any of them, but so take your oil out and get rid of the orifice. Take this little plastic piece off. Now get your roller ball out. It's in there. And it might be inside the black cap. If you don't see it, it might be stuck inside that black cap. And now stick that on top of the bottle and take your black cap and push it, squeeze it or screw it down and then unscrew it. And now shake that and make sure it's on there good before you go dumping it on yourself, okay? So is it on there good? So now you can use this as a roller. Okay. All right. Now, let's say, okay, I'd really like to try this in my diffuser, but I've got my roller ball on it. Now I'm screwed. No, let me show you. Take your black cap. Just grab the lip. Just grab the lip of this roller ball. It'll pop it right off.
All right.
Take your orifice, your plastic orifice, and stick that back in. And now you can use it for a diffuser or topical. Were you all able to do that? Everybody, I hope so.
Yes.
So until you can get more roller balls or more oils, then you can do that back and forth. I will tell you, I bought these roller balls. Oh gosh, years ago. And you get 10 of them in here. And I've still got all these left because you can keep using those rollers over and over. Just always, when you put that roller ball on there, test it first because eventually it will wear out and eventually you'll dump a whole bottle on yourself. So just test it every time, okay? So Stress Away is pretty self-explanatory.
They don't fit the 15 mils, do they?
Yes.
Do they?
Yes. Yes. Works in both bottles.
Oh,
so I have several bottles that have the rollers on them, and then I have lots of bottles that do not. So yeah. And then Young Living, I don't know that you guys get it, but they do have some actual rollers. They're thin bottles that you can get. You've got the Thieves and the Deep Relief and the Rutavala and the Stress Away. So you can buy those if you don't want to get a roll. I mean, I see no sense in that when you can just buy a roller ball, but to each his own.
The Stress Away is another one that's just, when you're starting to feel anything starting to come up, you get negative people around you that are, and you need to kind of step away from the situation or, anything that's starting to grate
Yeah.
you need to like get rid of.
It's when you're anxiety, I think that's what
Yeah.
that really is you're anxious, and so everything gets on your nerves. Everything gets on your nerves. And so Stress Away helps to calm that down. That vanilla in there, I'm not even sure what all's in Stress Away.
It's lime, I think. It's lime
Yeah,
and vanilla,
lime's
isn't
in
it?
there and vanilla, but I'm not sure what else. Uh, let me look here. But that's a blend. So just remember, blends have more than one oil in them.
So you could put it in your diffuser with lavender.
Yes,
Stress Away
yes.
and lavender, really nice,
It
relaxing,
it has
visualizing.
copaiba,
Oh,
lime, cedarwood, vanilla, ocotea, and lavender. Now, I love the smell of this. I just love it.
I make at Christmas. I made an aroma called apple pie with this and cinnamon drops and orange. Cinnamon, Stress
Yeah,
Away, and orange. It smelled just like apple pie. Carl was addicted to it.
really?
I still make it. He has a bottle in the car of this apple pie stuff, and he puts it in. We have little car diffusers that go on the blower in the car, and he puts it. In
See,
fact, he's
I'm
been putting
not
it
a
inside
big,
his face mask at work.
I'm not a big diffuser, different things. You know, I don't do a lot of the mixing like that. I just actually, really, the only oils I diffuse are Thieves and Eucalyptus globulus, and I diffuse that in my bedroom at night. But Thieves is all. I mean, I probably should be more,
Well, the thing is, we
adventurous. But
are, and
you got the
Carl,
oils too.
well, we have, but also Carl and I, we've both been addicted for years, not addicted, but we love candles and
Oh,
incense sticks. So it's only through Young Living and
yeah,
realizing that actually how bad for you candles are and
yeah,
inhaling the stuff and everything else that I switched to. I've got
yeah.
him on to, so he looks up different blends now because
Well,
instead
yeah,
of having a
and with
candle going, we'll have
yeah,
a
and with a
diffuser.
candle, you've only got that scent until it's gone. And with the oils, I mean, you can just change up every day if you want to. So
Yeah.
yeah, I've never been really addicted to candles or anything. Some people are addicted to those plug-ins, and those
Yeah.
are really bad for you. So
Yeah.
oils are much better.
Lots of chemicals.
And a lot of people are like, well, you don't have a scent for ocean breeze. Oh yeah, there are recipes out there. They'll find one for that.
Yeah.
So
You can make what
just
you want, can't you?
yeah, exactly. Okay, so the next one is orange.
Oh, this is in a sense, this is a vitality one.
Yeah, and that one is really good again for antidepressive. Okay, orange is also really good for the immune system. It tastes great. It's not really a topical oil. It's more of a breathe oil and internal use. And it tastes wonderful. If you've got kids or grandkids, nieces, nephews, you can make some of the best pops that are very healthy out of these oils. You know, orange tastes oh so good. I mean, it's the ripest, best orange you've ever had in your life. The oils are just, as far as tasting them and eating them, they're the best. Okay, so let's go a little bit about US for Kristen and Stephanie, because we have cedarwood in our kits, and cedarwood is really good for the brain. It's another oil that's high in sesquiterpenes. So if you want to stimulate that limbic portion of the brain, cedarwood is really good for that. It also helps to stimulate melatonin, and melatonin is what helps us sleep. So cedarwood on the temples, on the crown of the head, behind the ears, on the mastoid bone are really good at bedtime. That's what I use it. I have a roller ball that I use it just for those areas. So cedarwood at bedtime can help you get into that REM sleep, into that deeper sleep. Cedarwood is also really good for bugs. Cedar chips, you use cedar chips in dog beds and things like that to keep insects away. So cedarwood is another good one, like to have outside if you've got a porch or something to diffuse. Really, cedarwood, there's no real reason to take cedarwood internally. I don't know of anything that cedarwood would be good for in that respect. So mainly it's just breathing it in and topical use. The other one that we have that you guys don't is Aroma Ease. Aroma Ease is for the tummy, and I don't understand why we have DiGize and Aroma Ease in this kit, but Aroma Ease is strictly for aromatherapy and for topical use. And again, it's like if you're nauseous, to breathe it in, or you can use it over your stomach. It does about the same thing as DiGize, but so I don't quite understand why they have that. It's a little less potent than DiGize. DiGize has got a lot of digestive oils in it, like fennel and all of those, and Aroma Ease doesn't have all that in it. So that could be the reason.
Bit gentler.
Yeah, some people don't like the smell of DiGize, so maybe that's why. I don't know. The other one that is in our kit that you guys don't have is Deep Relief, and that pretty much explains everything. This is another one that I don't know that you'd want to even diffuse this one. This is really a topical, and it works wonderful for pain. So if you have deep muscle pain or even arthritis, like your knees, this is like a notch up from Panaway. This is really, really, and we have a roller ball like that. I would suggest you put a roller ball on it to use it. But it is really good I use it on my husband's back for back problems. It has clove in it, of course, which has some anesthetic properties to it. So it does help with pain. I have a lot of people that have arthritis that use this one, and they will put it in their hand with a carrier oil, and especially the people that have the problem with arthritis in their hands. And it seems like hands and elbows is really a problem for a lot of them, and they swear by that. You can also use it in your bath water. That's another good place to use Deep Relief. If you're, athlete, or you're a person that works out a lot, Deep Relief is one of those that you carry with you to the gym. My son really likes Deep Relief. And then, let's see, I think those are all of the oils. Now, you also have 2 packets of Ningxia Red that were in the bottom.
Yeah, bonus.
Now, those Ningxia Red is a proprietary drink that we have, and it is addictive. Those packets are 2 ounces, and it's recommended that, if your health is pretty good, that you just have 2 ounces a day. It's full of antioxidants. It's full of vitamins and minerals. It's also amino acids. Amino acids are so important to our body. That's our body's built when our amino acids are like a foundation, and our body builds on that foundation. So amino acids are very important. You can drink it straight out of the packet. You can drink it right now. You can put it in the refrigerator, drink it cold. You can freeze it. My granddaughter loves them frozen and as pops. You have to hide them from her because she'll eat 5 or 6 of them. And that's really not good. I will say this. If you give it to a kid, you can guarantee it's going to stain your clothes. So it does stain. So you have to be careful with that. You can mix it with orange juice. We have what we call, you've heard of tequila sunrise. Well, this is a Ningxia sunrise. I have seen people mix alcohol with it, but I wouldn't advise it. I don't think it's as good, but you know. What else can
It's an option, right?
Yeah, yeah. But Ningxia Red, and you can get it in the bottles, or you can get it in these packets. These packets are a lot handier because you can take them with you. You know, if I found that if I had the bottles, I drank a lot more than I should, because 2 ounces became a glass full. It really
Sounds
does.
familiar.
Yeah, yeah. It's like 2 bottles should last me a month, and it was like 2 bottles lasted me about 2 weeks. So I started getting the packets, and then I was able to control. I can only do 1 packet a day.
But you
Now,
want to look, if you're interested in supplements and energy drinks and things like
yeah,
that, you should look this up on the Young Living. If you're interested, because this you can't even. It's very difficult to describe all the amazing health benefits that you get from that. I think
it's anti-inflammatory. So if you do have problems with inflammation in your digestive system, your, you know, arthritis, gout, anything like that, it's good for that. It's also really good for diabetes because it helps to balance sugar in the body. It helps you to balance your sugar. So it's good for that. It also increases your metabolism. So it gives you some energy. I tell people it doesn't make you like go crazy. I mean, you know, but it will keep you going. And I will not drink it after 3 o'clock in the afternoon because it'll keep you up, and not like crazy up, like, you know, you're a nervous wreck. You'll just be
because your
doing
mind's
things. Yeah,
clearer. Yeah.
yeah. It just does really give you some energy. We actually have Ningxia Nitro, which is, now that's a boost. If you really want a boost, the Ningxia Nitro is what you want. That's like those little energy drinks that you buy at the store. I can't remember the name of
But
some of
without
them.
the caffeine.
But yeah,
Red Bull.
because those will cause you adrenal fatigue if you keep taking those. But the Ningxia Nitro, is it's good, and it tastes pretty good. But I really like the Ningxia Red. Ningxia Red is very, very addictive to me. So, and then you got other little sample things, the sample bottles. You know, if there's somebody you want to share an oil with, you know, you can put it in a little bottle
These
and
are what I
let
give Carl when I
use it.
make him blends, and he takes them in the
Yeah,
car.
yeah. And you can buy more of those if you want to. Um, and then there's the business cards, sample cards, the product guide, the Essential Oil magazine. That's a really good magazine. Now, they don't give that to you again. This is the only time you ever get it for free. You can buy those in bulk if you want to. I never do. The Essential Edge, that comes out every month, and that will be in any order, monthly order that you get. They stick one of the Essential Edges in there.
I'm
So
getting told off for missing the clap for carers. Sorry, everybody in the UK when it's in the. Just,
you have to go.
No, it's all right. They're doing the weekly clap for the key workers. We go outside and everybody's giving me daggers through the window. Like, I'm not joining in. It's all right. It's
Well, clap at your desk. So one more thing, because I don't want this to go so long you guys get bored. But one more thing is this. This is the Essential Oils desk reference. And I'm sure Emma will talk to you about this, but this book is priceless. I have, and because I've been in Young Living so long, they've updated it several times. This is my older one. But this gives you the history of the oils. This tells you everything about how the oils are made, how they're harvested.
Brilliant. I love this.
It's just amazing. And then it goes through every oil that we have, every single oil. So you can go in here and you can go, oh, well, what about, let's see here. geranium oil. Well, the historical data is it's great for regenerating and healing skin. The medicinal properties are antispasmodic, antioxidant, anti-tumoral, so on and so forth. It tells you how to use it. It tells you what the fragrant influences are. So aromatherapy, you can use it, how to apply it, what products it's found in, and the research that's been done on it, on every single oil. And it does the same for the blends. Now, the newer book, the blends, they just list the oils. It used to list all the oils and their properties. It doesn't do that anymore, but you can actually go back and look at what those are. Now, it also has supplements in it, but the best part, the part I love the most, is in the very back of each book. Let's say you have insomnia. Go look up insomnia in the book, and it will tell you, oh, I recommend that you use one of these singles, lavender or valerian or cedarwood or orange, or you could use these blends. And then it also gives you the supplements that you could also start taking to support your body, to help with sleep, or hormonal oils that you could use. I mean, it's like a PDR, only it's an EODR. So anything you had questions about, neuropathy, carpal tunnel, menopause, hysterectomy, kidney disorders, so many things. And it tells you what oils and supplements you can use. So this is like, if you are going to use these oils, if you feel that this is like, yeah, I'm really interested in this, this is the book. You have to have one of these books. You have to.
I'll put the link in the Facebook.
Yeah.
I'll find the link.
And if you want to get, I'm sorry, if you want to get one, let me know. I don't think they have a UK. Are you talking about Discover LSD?
Life Science.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have a look. I think you can get them from other places.
Okay.
The Life Science, I think they ship it from the US.
That's what I was wondering. If you can get it from someplace in the UK where you can get it cheaper, because
it's heavy.
Yeah, it's a heavy book.
Very heavy.
I would have been. I'll be happy to give Kristen and Stephanie my link to my LSP if they want to use my, because I get a discount.
I'll do some digging and see what's best.
Okay.
But the thing is, all of the oil. I mean, and I think it's funny how TIR works for different people, but it changed my perspective on my health, which it shouldn't have taken doing TIR to do that. But I think when you start to get focused on what it is you want, and you start to work towards that, and you start to become focused on, right, this is it now, I'm going to do this. Well, if you're not going to stay well, and you're either not going to live as long, or you're not going to be healthy, or you're not going to be able to enjoy, it suddenly takes on a different meaning. Your wellness takes on a different meaning, and sleeping properly, and nutrition, and emotional health, and the whole thing becomes more and more important, I think, the more you go through TIR. And this just adds such an important piece to it, I think, especially when you start realizing how, with the limbic part of the brain that evokes emotion, and we're trying to get emotionally involved with those goals, and we're trying to control our emotions and not let outside, White Angelica. Pam got me onto White Angelica. I doused myself in that at Christmas, accidentally, actually, if you remember. It leaked in my trousers. But I was using that because I had to spend a lot of time with people that didn't necessarily want to spend a lot of time with over Christmas. And White Angelica is like one of those things that protects you from negative energy in a roundabout way. Oh my God. The more you kind of look into these things, and the more you think, the desk reference is just brilliant, because you do think, I wonder if there's an oil for that. There's always an oil for that. Carl always goes, have you got an oil for that? Because I've got an oil for that. But so, I hope that you will take it and really explore it, because it took TIR for me to get into them, but they're just amazing products, and there's not just the
Play with them.
Yeah,
play with them.
There's the oils which we've given you in the kit are brilliant. There are so many other products that are derived from the oils. There's everything. It's cleaning products, skincare products, hair care products, makeup, animal products, kids products. There's just everything that you would need to, you know, if you wanted to switch away from using chemicals, which is what I'm doing.
Personal care products, personal care, deodorants, toothpaste. We even have makeup now. Wow. I mean, you know, when I first started, we didn't have any of these things. And it's not like you guys, you can't just do this overnight. It's a process. So, you know, whenever I was changing over, when I would run out of shampoo that I was using, then I just went to the Young Living shampoo. When I would run out of something, I would just replace it with Young Living. And so it's a process. It's over time. It does take some time. I don't expect everybody to go throw away everything and start from scratch. That isn't how you do that. But you'll be amazed at how it changes everything in your home. I mean, not just it changes your health, but it changes the environment itself, because you don't have those chemicals and your body's not constantly fighting, you know, to stay healthy. It's like you are in tune with everything.
And I think it's one of those things that the thing that attracted me more to it than other things was I'm not a particularly healthy person, and I think the more I can swap, you know, I probably will never be able to swap everything. You know, I know a joke about wine and things, and we've all got habits that we'd like to change and things like that, but even if there are habits that you can't get rid of, if you're using things like this to support your immune system and to support your respiratory system and to support your circulatory system, you're helping yourself kind of, I'm not saying it's going to counterbalance the negative things, but it's better than not doing anything about it. That's how I kind of see it. So, and
I don't know if you guys know, but I'm also a holistic practitioner. So I do know a little bit more about the health aspects of, and that was one of the reasons why I got into the oils. I had to do a lot of research on them first, because, you know, you can't believe everything here. But once I did, and I started using them with my clients, it's an amazing transition that you see in people when they know that they're making better choices and they start using things, and just doing little things. Just little things can change a lot in the body, a lot.
Well, it's like we were talking the other day about Bob saying, you know, you just make a tiny percentage change to your course and you're going to end up in a completely different place to where you were originally heading. So, you know,
and that's why the TIR program, I was so attracted to that, because Bob talked, what got me was he talked about frequencies, the frequencies of our thoughts. And I went, holy cow, that's like frequency of oils, frequency of thoughts. I mean, it was just like one of those aha moments. A win is that everything came together. And I think that's kind of what happened to you, only the opposite way.
Yeah, exactly. So, and we can talk about frequencies. I'm very conscious that we're kind of
we gotta go.
But there's so many things. So the kit is what we wanted you to get into, to delve into. I wanted to talk to you about the Essential Rewards program, but maybe we need to do that in another session. There's a loyalty program that they have where if you want to buy things from them, you get credit back to use against your next orders, and there's all kinds of things like that. There's also the business side of things where you can earn commission and bonuses and all those sorts of things. So,
and go in, you've given them their login, just go into your account and look around. There's tons of information out there, and which was going to cause you to have tons of questions. And so that's what, you know, we need to know what you are looking at, what your questions are, and then we can be more
and I think, you know, because obviously one of the things we teach is multiple sources of income. Some people will be interested in this for that, some people won't be, and we're not going to hound you with it if you're not interested.
No.
The way that I've set up my client structure means that it could be beneficial if you're interested in the business opportunity. The way I'm feeding people into Young Living would be very beneficial to you, but I'm not going to, I don't want to hound you with it unless you're interested. So if you let us know, if you log into the Young Living site, see what you think, have a play with the oils, ask. Pam's in the TIR Facebook group. You can tag Pam in questions or tag me in them or whatever. But we can always, we're happy to have more of these Zoom sessions.
Email me, message me, whatever you want to do. I have a group on Facebook. If you want to be put into the oils group on Facebook, just let me know. And it's not for business people. It's just for everybody. If you want to learn about the oils, I post stuff in there about the oils. We have classes weekly. There's a lot of things, you guys, I'm telling you, like I said, we could wear you out. So just really need to know what you're interested in.
Yeah. So I think we've covered what we wanted to cover in the start. If anybody's got any problems with the diffuser, using the diffuser, or the roller balls, or any of it, let us know and we can help you with it, because we're a bit obsessed. Between us, we'll be able to answer the question, whatever it is. Does anybody have any questions before we go, or is everybody like nodding dogs?
Yeah.
Oh, Christine's got.
Get your peppermint out.
Hi, Christine. Oh, hi, Christine.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. How are you? Oh my gosh, this was awesome, you guys.
Oh, good.
I have just a couple quick things. My US kit does have some of the things that you guys said it didn't, and I don't.
Oh.
So, but anyway, I just took notes on everything because I'll probably get more.
Okay.
Secondly, something that's happened in my time with oils, and I've been, kind of in oil world for many, many years, just holistic living, et cetera, but I've had so many successes that I almost don't believe when you say, oh, it's just because it was going to heal naturally from using the oils. And, I use the oils, and overnight I have a crown on my tooth that was so infected. I don't know it was infected. I was having so much pain, and all the dentists are shut down. And I took clove oil and I rubbed it on my gum. I kid you not, 3 hours later, like I couldn't eat, I couldn't think. I was having the worst. 3 hours later, and that was a week and a half ago, I've had no pain. I was standing in the doctor's office, like with my mask and everything. I'm like, I need to be seen. And they wanted, and I used the clove oil, gone. And I'm like, I don't want a root canal, It's amazing.
Yeah, thieves, clove, all of those are really good. And
there's a mouthwash, actually, isn't there? There's a thieves mouthwash that's got that in it.
And if I were you, Kristen, because that's probably, if that infection was in your gum, it could, still be deep. I would be taking capsules.
Mm-hmm.
I would take some capsules, because, that's a bacteria.
Yeah. And I don't know if it was nerve. I don't know what was going on, right? But it worked. And I just like slug it back and drink it.
Good for you. Good.
Why not?
It tastes great. I mean, it's refreshing. It's
like Christmas.
Oh, it's refreshing, all right.
I have a question. I don't remember where I find my link to go into the site and my account and all of that. So
I'll send you it.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
It's okay.
That's great.
So yeah, just to explain that again. So I've set everybody up as a Young Living member. Actually, Christine, some people are set up under you now, so you're a leader.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Thank you.
Shock, horror. Anyway, so everybody's got their own sign. So that just means that you are you can buy. It just means that you can
Wholesale.
buy them at wholesale prices if you want to. There's no tie-in or anything. So if you haven't got your, but it's really nice to have a look round the site and look at all the different products, and there's just tons and tons of information and videos and all sorts on there.
And the
so
history of the company, the history of the company.
Yeah, the history of the company, which is really, really nice. Been around a long time. And so if you haven't got your login, if you can't find it, let me know and I'll send you it out. Right.
Okay, Stephanie says she doesn't have cedarwood or Roe's or deep relief. So what? So is Stephanie in the U.S.? So what did you have? Stephanie's gone.
I can't see her on. What did you have, Kristin?
What do I have?
What did you say? You didn't have some of the ones that Pam said you should have?
Yes, you're right. I do not have deep relief. I do have, I was just taking notes, so I can tell you what I have. I have the frankincense, valor, peace and calming, citrus fresh. I did not get orange.
Wow, when did you get your kit?
It was a while ago.
Oh yeah, she's had it. It's a while ago since Kristin's had it. But I'm just wondering if Stephanie's got the same.
I don't know, because that's not what's in the kits now, but you know, they sometimes fluctuate.
I got citrus fresh last time, actually.
I did.
Valor, you're so lucky you got Valor.
Yeah.
And I have stress away, and Digize, peppermint, and lavender, pan away, raven. I have raven.
Okay, raven's another good one for respiratory. It's another good.
But have you not got RC?
No.
Yeah, that's got that instead of the RC.
Ah. Yeah. Well, Valor is known as the chiropractic oil. So that is the oil that is very grounding. So you put it on the bottom of your feet, or you can put it on your wrists and hold your wrists together. It helps the energy to balance in the body. So hold your wrists together with your Valor on there and put Valor on your feet. So that's, I love Valor. We were out of Valor for years and years, and it's just come back in stock the past few months, and we still can't get a 15 milliliter. You can only get 5.
I lucked out by getting it, didn't I?
You did. You cheeky monkey.
Yes, lucked out.
Gives you courage.
Yeah, it does.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kristin. Right. Oh.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go. I have to go pick up my order.
I'm just gonna.
I will see you all next time. Please let us know. Please let us know. Bye, Laura.
Thank you. Right, Barry, go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
I just want to say thank you. That was brilliant. I loved it.
Oh, good. Our first
I don't know
airing.
what it was that they said was good for warts and things, but I put it on the back of my hand and it's fallen off as we were talking.
Kidding? Was it thieves?
I'm not joking.
Look at that.
It must have been.
It's thieves. It's the hot oil. There you go. There's your first. There's a testimonial for us. Yeah, they are. I mean, they are really. You've got to be careful with some of them because they are very strong. But it's because they're just. It's just pure oil, and it's so concentrated because of the way they distill it. You've got to be careful with it. But good.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Result.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you. Right. All right. I will go and sort this recording out. Probably be up in the morning now, I would have thought. But thank you very much, everybody. Thanks, Pam. Did anybody else put anything in the chat, or was it just Stephanie? No, Stephanie's gone, so we'll speak to her later. Right. Thanks very much. I will speak to you all. Those of you who can join me tomorrow for the TIR Q&A, and the rest of you, I'll see you all later. Thank you. Bye for now. Bye.